There's a lot of people out there that say, stop the fear mongering. They've said it to me. I'm sure they've said it to you. The same people who say, look, the economy is doing incredible. Life is good. The stock market is at all-time highs. What's there to be worried about? It's Monday, November 4th, 2019. The definition of fear mongering, I'm going to give it to you right now. It's the spreading of frightening and exaggerated rumors of impending danger, needlessly arousing public fear about an issue. You are a zombie if you believe that what I'm about to tell you is rumors. In this video today, I'm going to give you more facts, not rumors, 100% pure facts of what's going on in this economy, yet you'll call people fearmongers and a host of other names, yet you don't want to believe the facts. You're the one that's believing the rumors. You're believing the media. You're believing the hype. You're believing your own hope. You're avoiding your own fears. So you're really the one that's believing the rumors. You're the one with the issues, because I'm going to give you more facts, and I challenge any one of you to comment down below and challenge these facts and tell me the facts that I'm giving you, why this is such a good economy. Tell me why we are in a booming economy right now, other than the stock market being at an all-time high, which 99% of us watching this video know why it's at all-time highs. Please tell me what is not factual. Please tell me what the rumors are in this video. Please comment down below, because I'm going to give you a dose of reality. As we get into this video, I want to talk about the day of reckoning that is coming to America. And the day of reckoning is coming to America. And a lot of people are very concerned. A lot of people who are in these markets, who are being honest, are getting out. Most of the insiders have already gotten out of these markets. The dumbed down, average beer drinking, football watching American, who's got a few $1,000s in these markets, continues to buy into these markets when people like Warren Buffett are sitting on the sidelines with $124 billion of cash waiting to pounce when these markets crash. Okay, they're going to buy it up at pennies on the dollar, while the average American will sit here and tell us that everything's okay, tell you and I we should be buying into these markets, telling us that they're up 18% or 22% in the markets this year, and that's wonderful. Unfortunately, if you are one of these people, you should take some of that fiat currency. You should cash out of the poker table right now and buy yourself some hard tangible assets and get out while you can. Too many people are going to stay in these markets too long. It's called greed. I saw it happen back in '08 in the real estate market. I saw it happen in the stock market. People stayed in too long. They thought the party would last forever. They thought the music would never stop. And then one morning it did, and it was game over because they stayed a little too long at the table. So let's talk about what a day of reckoning would look like in America. It's going to be an ugly day. I remember back in 2008, many of you probably don't remember 2008. Maybe you were too young. Maybe you weren't really into the markets. I remember that day vividly, watching things crash. Yet back then I didn't quite understand to the extent of the realm of the catastrophe that I was watching and how long it would last. It didn't last a couple months. It lasted years. And it did a lot of damage to this country. It wiped a lot of people out. But the day of reckoning this time is going to be much worse. It will be 2008 on steroids. And unfortunately, people now who tell me that I'm wrong, they tell you that you're wrong. I believe 100% that I'm right. That's why I make these videos. And this is why a majority of you watch these videos, because you and I know we are right. And unfortunately, these people who will be wrong, these are soft people for the most part. Many of these people have never been in a fight in their life. They've never gone hungry. They didn't go through and lose everything back in 2008 or take extreme losses. Most have never been through, or were not through, the Great Depression that we witnessed back in 1929 that lasted for many years. Most have never been to Venezuela. They don't know what hard times are. They've never spoken to anybody who went through the Great Depression. They never spoke to anybody who lived in Brazil or Venezuela or Argentina. And so they don't know. They're not prepared to deal when this collapse comes. They're not ready to deal with the atrocities that they may see here in America. People have gotten very, very soft. They're slow, they're dumbed down, they're obese, they've got bad diets. And again, they don't have a fight mentality in their brain or in their heart. And so when things start collapsing financially, things will collapse socially. I'm not here to scare people. I'm here to wake people up. This isn't fear-mongering. This is fact-mongering. I'm giving you facts, and I'm going to tell you factually what is happening in your country right now. But before we get into that, make sure you are preparing. Too many people have just gotten soft mentally, physically, and spiritually, and they've put too much trust in the financial institutions, in the banks, and they are going to be rocked. They are going to face the day of reckoning. And if you're watching this video, I don't want you to be one of these people. I don't want you to be a casualty or a statistic of what's about to come. I want you to be prepared. There's nothing to fear here, okay? If you're a prepared individual, you should be concerned. You should be aware, but there's no reason you have to be living in fear. I certainly don't. I train on a daily basis, whether that's at the gym or at the range. I'm always preparing mentally, thinking about what kind of circumstances I might face, putting food and water away, and of course, always accumulating cash and assets. I don't live in fear. I embrace the fight. And you've got to be willing to put some skin in the game for what's coming. Don't be in denial. Don't stick your head in the sand, because what's coming is not going to be avoidable. Embrace the fight. We are going to see incredible events and times here in America. Embrace it. Don't fear it. But if you're unprepared, if you're reliant on the banks and the financial institutions, you are not only going to fear it, you may be a casualty from it. The people who brag to me on a daily basis about what percentage they are up in the markets this year, how much money they've made this year in the markets, these same people obviously have got to understand these markets are completely manipulated and rigged, yet they don't care because they're winning, they're up. And as long as they're not losing and they're up in these markets, they don't care about cheating, manipulation, rigging, or anything of that nature. What they care about is their greed, that no matter how the markets are going up, that's all they care about, is that they're going up. The minute these markets collapse, the minute this Ponzi scheme comes down, these same exact people are going to be blaming somebody for the manipulation and the rigging and the cause of this crash. See, it's okay as long as they're going up. You don't care how it's being done, how the country's being robbed to do it, but you will care as soon as the Ponzi scheme is over and the markets come down. Then you'll be blaming financial institutions, the Fed, the government, whoever, for the collapse. Although you knew, and you know right now, everything is manipulated and rigged. So let's talk a little bit about the facts today. The markets rallied with China talks. Algos, the algorithms loved it that there might be a deal. South China Morning Post reported that the Chinese government is reportedly taking a cautious approach in choosing a venue for the U.S.-China Phase 1 deal. That word deal hit the algorithms, pushed the markets up today. Again, think about the markets you're in, that just these algorithms can be triggered by one word. They can be triggered by one tweet. This is the markets that people are putting their faith in, being triggered by words, one word, or one tweet. That's what we're in today. This is the illusion that people are believing in. China will not acquiesce to key U.S. trade demands in areas such as intellectual property rights protection. So they're telling us clearly right here that we're not going to get the deal that they want. They're not going to agree to it. If we get something through Phase 1, it's going to be garbage. China's Ministry of Commerce also cast doubts on claims that the president made, saying that China would buy up to $40 to $50 billion of U.S. agricultural goods or products. This is what investors bought on today in the stock market. This is what pushed the markets up today. Just think about this. Just think the kind of news that it takes just to push these markets up today. Barely anything. They are an absolute joke. Market Watch today. Here's another fact for everybody. Why are so many people over 55 going bankrupt? Between the ages of 55 and 64, from 1991 to 2016, bankruptcy has risen 61%. If we get the 18 numbers, it's going to be even higher. Ages 65 to 74, in that same time bracket, rose 204%. 60% of these people filed because of medical bills, and many were just flat out of money, out of savings. So that's up to 2016. I guarantee you, when we see the 19 numbers, it will be much worse. But here we are in this booming economy where more people above the age of 55 are filing bankruptcy. Imagine how bad this is going to get 5 or 10 years from now, if we even have a country left. Here's another fact. Let's talk about freight railroad traffic. This should be a reflection of the economy. Here we are. U.S. railroads reported carloads and intermodal units down 4.3%. Mexican railroads reported carloads and intermodal units and trailers down 2.8%. So we're being told that the economy is doing well, that the consumer is strong, but less freight is being shipped once again. Those are the latest railroad numbers. That is a fact, not a rumor. There's no fear-mongering going on here. There's no exaggeration. These are pure facts right here. Let's talk about another fact in regards to U.S. factory orders. September, we had a 0.6% month-over-month decline, which was more than expected. Durable good orders from September worsened, dropping 1.2% month-over-month, and they were down 4% year-over-year. Another fact. So please, somebody explain to me, what is propelling this economy? What's propelling the stock market other than these China talks? And again, continued multi-billion-dollar injections by the Fed. We are not seeing anything near in this economy that we're seeing on the stock market. They are completely detached. When you look at the economy, it is a disaster. So as far as I'm concerned, I could care less what the stock market is doing because it is in la-la land. Here's some more bad news. Leading up to Christmas, De Beers diamonds, declining demand in the U.S. and China. Diamond demand tends to collapse ahead or during a recession. Bad times. This is a bad time as we are heading into Christmas to be seeing declines in diamond demand. This is on Zero Hedge today. And again, make sure that you go to Google. You can pull up any of these articles. Make sure you're doing your due diligence and your homework. Wall Street Journal today, another fact. Lori Logan, who is the acting director of the markets desk at the New York Fed, says market interventions have restored calm. Why are we injecting right now if we're being told that things are doing so good? If the economy is doing well, if the markets are doing well, how come they are injecting billions of dollars to calm them down? Calm them down from what? I mean, obviously, we're witnessing a liquidity crisis. We're witnessing quantitative easing. But why are they not telling us why they're doing this? Why can they not be upfront with the American public and tell us what's going on? Because they know it will crash the markets overnight. See, these are the real rumors, okay? What the media and the television are reporting to you on a daily basis, these are the rumors, these are the lies and the exaggerations. Right here are the facts. Zero Hedge today, Fed's balance sheet above $4 trillion, up $250 billion since the repo crisis. So the repo crisis just started a little over a month ago, and they just added another $250 billion to it. Just over a month ago, the repo market suffered its biggest cardiac arrest since the financial crisis when overnight repos exploded from 2% and went to 10%. In an instant, with no observable news on the 11th anniversary of the Lehman collapse. I'm going to paraphrase this article a little bit more for you. The only reason the S&P is up 23% year to date, which people brag to me on a daily basis, is because of a $4 trillion surge in the global money supply, thanks to the central banks. Central banks are getting tapped out. The ECB and the BOJ have already tried everything. They're at a dead end. The Fed and the People's Bank of China still have some ammo left. They will use this ammo to kick the can down the road a little bit farther and a little bit longer before the means to extend and pretend is used up and we witness the massive collapse that most of us know is coming. Market Watch today. Fact, Blackstone strategist Joseph Zittel. It's a fact, not a rumor. Joseph Zittel, strategist of Blackstone, came out and said this: the mother of all bubbles in the sovereign debt market is the catalyst that will likely trigger the next recession between mid-2020 and the end of 2021. $1.33 trillion has just been added over the past year to this debt. Most of you probably believe that Joseph Zittel is correct. And for the people out there that think this is a rumor or an exaggeration, ask Joseph Zittel of Blackstone what he thinks. I read an article today, very, very good, also on Zero Hedge, titled Chicago Headed for Insolvency. Now, this article is full of facts, not rumors, and it's an example of what is going to happen to many cities across America. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, once beautiful city, once beautiful state. Now, many could argue right now, currently, is insolvent. The city and the state are circling the toilet bowl as we speak. It has been decimated. Chicago Tribune, City Hall's pension fund at the end of 2018 was only 23% funded. And Chicago's not the only one. We are going to see massive pension crisis throughout America. And what we're reading here right now is just a glimpse into the future of what's to come. Chicago teachers on average get $72,000 annual pension. How in the world are these states and these cities going to continue to survive with these massive pensions? There is no doubt a pension crisis occurring in America. There's going to be massive fallout as we get deeper into a collapse in America. Remember, we haven't hit any rough times yet. We are still currently in one of the best economies ever. We're in a booming economy, and we are seeing the signs right now of what is going to be coming. You're getting a glimpse of the future. This isn't just going to affect Chicago and Illinois. It's going to affect multiple states and cities. Record high property tax increase. This is how they're trying to fix it. And this is what they're going to do to you in your state. They're going to raise your taxes on your property. They're going to put a new tax on water and sewer services like Chicago. And when you have to pick up the phone and call the police on that emergency call, you're going to get charged for it like the people in Chicago. Chicago has a $30 billion shortfall on its pensions. The state of Illinois has a pension debt of $200 billion. So answer me this. What is this going to look like when we hit just a recession in America, let alone a massive depression? Imagine what you are going to see, ladies and gentlemen, in this beautiful country, the United States of America, when we just hit a recession. How are your local cities and states and the country, for that fact, going to survive with all this massive debt? I mean, we're running over now $23 trillion of government debt. And you look at a state of Illinois with $200 billion in just pension debt. Things are absolutely out of control. And if you think for a minute that this is unavoidable, that it's not going to affect you, it's not going to affect your daily life, that it's not going to affect your way of life, you are sadly mistaken. You're drinking the Kool-Aid and you are a damn zombie if you think you're going to escape this without any repercussions. This is why it is imperative, why I reinforce this on a daily basis of why you must be protecting yourself, why you must be preparing, why you must be your own central bank. Because we are going to see massive blowback from all this sovereign debt, from all this state, local, corporate, personal, government debt, you name it. There's debt bubbles everywhere. There are massive grenades on the floor, and when they start going off, we are going to see debt bubbles bursting everywhere. You're going to see asset bubbles bursting everywhere. This is no rumor. This is no fear-mongering. This is no make-believe. This is the real world. These are the real numbers. And you want to know something? Most of these numbers, they're doing everything they can to manipulate, okay? It is probably much, much worse than what I'm telling you. I'm going to leave you with this today. This is not a real economy. This is a rental economy. I read an article today on how millennials are leasing everything. They're not buying. And for the most part, they can't because they don't have any damn money. This is a rental economy, not a real economy. Top categories in which consumers rent. 45% was furniture. 37% was gaming systems. 35% was clothing. Another 35% was tools. 29% jewelry. 33% technology, computers. 29% home appliances, televisions to play those video games on. This is the mentality of the average American today. They don't have any money, but they will pay an overinflated amount of money to go rent a television, and they go rent a game console to play games. They will rent jewelry. They will rent clothes. They will rent furniture. We are now at a different point in society today where it's conditioning you to never own anything, to never save up and have a net worth, to never be worth anything. They want you to lease cars. They want you to rent apartments. They want you to rent TVs. They want you to rent game consoles. Listen, if you're renting a game console or a TV, I hate to say it, but you're an idiot. And there's a lot of people doing it. This is just pure self-indulgence, living for today. These are the same people saying that I can't save up, I can't buy any silver, I can't put any cash away because you're paying $30 a week to rent a TV and probably another $20 a week to rent a game console. Or you're paying $25 a week to rent a table. I mean, just think of this mentality that we're dealing with today and how lost these people are going to be, heaven forbid, when this economic collapse hits America. These people are already lost. If you're watching this video, stop renting all this garbage. Get rid of it. Return it. You know, if you have to eat on a cardboard box to save some money, that's what you do. Maybe you can't play video games, but maybe you're going to be able to save 20 bucks a week. That's an ounce of silver every week for not having a game console. I mean, it's just unbelievable what people are doing. They're just allowing themselves to just absolutely be assaulted financially and allowing it. It's just unbelievable. It's insane. It's insanity what we're going on. Yet these are the people complaining that they don't have any hard assets and that they can't get any because they don't have the money. Yet they're renting televisions, game consoles, and kitchen tables. I'm going to leave it there. It's food for thought. Think about it. If you don't have hard assets, think about today what you can start cutting out. If it's cutting out that coffee, that latte, going out to dinner, going out to lunch, start cutting things out, make some sacrifices. This is no joke what we are heading into. Look, you can call me any name in the book you want, but I'm going to tell you this. I live in reality. I don't live in La La Land. I see what's coming. I see what's going on, and I can see exactly how dangerous this is going to be. You can wake up and do something about it, or you can choose to be a victim. You can embrace the fight, or you can fear it and live your life in denial, but it's coming to you. And if you're not prepared for what's coming, you are going to be annihilated. God bless America. God bless every one of you. Share this video. They're making it harder for people to find these kind of videos. Take this video, blast it all over your social media, share it with everybody you know, and keep preparing. God bless every one of you. Talk to you very soon.